What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Low Luxury, and welcome back to Low Luxury Archive, where we are deep in the process of diving into the archives of Demna Vasaliev's Balenciaga. I'm a big fan of Balenciaga tailoring, but it tends to be very expensive, and you don't see those pieces tend to become available all that often either. But today, I've got such a cool piece. So this is a wool military jacket by Balenciaga. It's got like the rubberized logo in there. Demna loves those kinds of things. I love this. So we're not only going to take a close-up look at the details of this piece, we're going to look at the collection it came from, and then we'll try it on. I'll tell you how it feels, how it fits, but not just that, we will put together a look that's inspired by that original runway fit. So this is going to be so good. Let's dive in. Yo, if you're watching this on Thursday, the day I post this, that means tonight I have my live podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern with Christian from Brave New Wear. It's called The Biased Cut, youtube.com/@TheBiasedCut. Come join us tonight. I am so excited that we're looking at this piece. I mean, for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is that it gives us the opportunity to do something a little bit different, because for every episode so far, we have used this Vogue Runway Balenciaga page as our source of truth, our collection of every Balenciaga collection. But there is something they're missing. There is one collection that for some reason Vogue does not have on this page, and that is pre-fall 2018 menswear. They have it for women's wear, but not menswear. And there were so many Balenciaga pieces, or at least a few of them that I was seeing. I'm like, what? I've never seen what collection that's from. And it's because it is from this lost menswear collection. So I had to do some internet sleuthing, and I found it on Hypebeast, where they posted all of the looks from this collection. You can see it's more of a photo shoot that they did rather than a runway show. But there are a lot of looks. Oh, I'm using an ad blocker. A lot of looks that you might recognize here. So we start off with some tailoring, but we also get a classic double shirt here. More double shirts. He did these colored blazers, much more vibrant colors than you usually see in his tailoring, so I think that's really cool. This reflective parka you see pop up pretty often. And here we start to see that rubberized logo badge at the arm being used, this time on a blazer. These windbreakers you see pop up all the time. I really like these tennis shoes actually with the logo. I've been looking for a pair of those for a while. Some puffers, some patchwork cut and sew pieces. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. These the triple S V2s, which did not do well. I feel like the original ones did much better, but they exist. They happened in this collection. And what do you know? Dun, 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 dun. Here's our guy. In a blurry moving photo, we've got our military jacket. You can see the chest pockets here, nice length, and that rubberized logo badge here. Clearly oversized, boxy, but this means that this is the look we're gonna have to go with here. We've got a winter camo, the monk strap shoes, and this jacket with, I can't even see a shirt under that, which is interesting. Maybe a V-neck or something. Okay. All right, we've got our mission. Well, now that we know where this piece came from, let's take a closer look. So I know this totally looks blue on camera, but in real life, it's kind of hard to tell if this is just a, I don't know, kind of lighter washed black that kind of looks a little blue, or if it's actually a really, really deep navy. But either way, it is cool. Let's start off by looking at the tags. So rather than being at the neck here like most pieces, since this is tailoring, you're generally going to see the tags inside here, inside the button closure kind of. So this is 2018, obviously. By now they're using the well-known logo tag, the big bold white on black, and that's just stitched down on both sides here. And then we've got an inside pocket. There are actually pockets at both sides, and it's inside this one right by the tag that you're going to find the tags, the care tags. So this is tagged a size 46, which is supposed to be kind of like a men's small, but Demna doesn't follow sizes. We'll talk about that later. It's a matte black tag, big bold logo. You've got a model number and year underneath, And then we see made in Italy. That's where they make most of their tailoring pieces. And now let's look at our fabrication. So we can see here, this is 100% wool, pure wool, and the lining is just cupro. I don't know, what a weird word. Okay, anyway, so this fabrication is super, super sick. You can see here, it's like a twill, a wool twill with these diagonal lines, kind of similar to how you do like a denim or something, but obviously has a very different feeling to it since it's wool rather than cotton. I don't know, it's real nice. As I mentioned, the cut of this thing is super, super boxy. Once you button it up, it kind of just goes down in a straight line. And the real interest to it comes in all these extra pockets and that logo badge. So let's talk about the pockets here. So you've got two smaller ones here at each chest. And you can see they have a little bit of a shape to them, like a little M kind of, very light M. You've got a branded button here. Every single one of these buttons says Balenciaga within it. And man, look at that stitching. That is so clean. I love it. I want to see what this looks like unbuttoned real quick. So now you can really see the shape here, the M shape I was talking about, but you also see the craftsmanship. Like they didn't just make a slit. They made it in more of like a keyhole, I don't know, like droplet shape where it's thin and then a little bit more of a circle at the bottom. That stuff is super considerate, and most brands, lower end brands at least, would not take the time to do those kinds of shapes just for the button closures. And then these pockets further down, they're much bigger and they're less shapely. You know what I mean? They're just straight flat pockets. They go straight across, no shaping or anything. So they're really more like classic cargo pockets, but they are absolutely huge. Like there is my hand. You could fit an entire book in here. You could fit any other weird stuff that you would want. I don't need to know. Don't comment telling me what you're going to put in these pockets. That is for you privately, and I don't want to know. Keep it to yourself, okay? We get 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons going down this way, and then it just kind of stays open from the bottom on. You actually have another button here if you wanted to completely close off the neck and make it super straight. I really like how it looks kind of open though. It is like a pretty big spread collar. You can see how wide this comes out. It's got a nice shape to it too. It comes out straight here and then curves around. I really, really like that look. And of course, as I mentioned, you've got that logo badge. Let's take a look. So this is right at the outside of the arm here. It is black rubber, and then these letters pop out, these white letters. It's so sick. It's just so weird seeing a rubberized logo on this very, very classic kind of cut. It's kind of incongruous, but also interesting. I like these little ways to brand things. Logo mania is kind of over. It was never really for me in the first place. I never got fully on board, but I just like these little elements to show, hey, just so you know, oh, you spent $70 on your coat? Yeah, I spent $3,000, so suck it. I don't mean that. I'm sorry. The back is super, super simple. You've just got these two seams kind of coming down along the sides there. And there's just one big panel in back. There's no slits or anything. They just keep it really, really straightforward. And you know what? I don't mind that. I really don't mind it at all. It's a more simple piece, classic kind of piece, so I'm fine with that. So now that we've seen all those details, it's time to try this thing on. But before we do that, let's take another look at that original runway fit. All right, this look is so simple. It's so straightforward. I think we can do this. Of course, we've got our jacket. And for once, we actually have the shoes as well, or at least as close as we can get. We've got our like Croc monk strap shoes that he's wearing in this look. So that is perfect. I do not have like an icy camo for the bottoms though, but I do have camo. I've got these crazy like Jeremy Scott camo pants that I never wear, but for once I guess I have an opportunity to. It's going to be so weird. It's going to feel so weird putting such a crazy pattern thing with this classic piece, but I mean, let's try it. Let's see what happens. And then like I said, it looks like he's not even wearing a shirt or he's wearing a deep V-neck. So I'm thinking, why don't we go with a Henley? This Vince Henley, we can like unbutton it. So it looks like there's nothing there while it's buttoned, but when we unbutton it, at least there's something under there. And that's it. Let's put it together. Yo, you guys, I feel so dumb right now. I was just saying, like, oh, I don't know how it's gonna look, like a crazy camo pattern with this jacket. But then I put it on and I look at it and I realize, of course it works. It's a military jacket and you're pairing it with camo. Of course it works. And that's why I love looking at these original collections and using the looks as inspiration, because they give you things that work that you may not have thought of on your own. And I would not have thought of this on my own, but like, of course it works. Anyway, let's talk about this fit. As you can see, it's very oversized. It's tagged a size small, essentially. It fits more like a size large, a true to size large, I would say. But for whatever reason, the way that Demna makes his clothing, even super oversized stuff tends to look really good. That's why he's calling it a 46. He's telling you, if you're usually a size small, I think this will still look good on you, and I think it does. You can see that, I mean, the shoulders, they're not padded or anything, but this fabric is very strong. So even though the shoulders go past my shoulders, it keeps that boxy fit and it keeps that structure, which I really love. I think the length is absolutely perfect. And as far as the feel goes, it's super comfy as well. It's a strong, stiff fabric, but it moves with you. The lining is extremely comfortable, and the wool, it's not too scratchy or anything. It's really just at the neck where you actually feel it touching you, but that is an important element to me when wearing wool. I don't want it to be scratchy, and it's not. So why am I archiving this piece? It's because I absolutely love Balenciaga tailoring. I want to have as much of this stuff as possible, because this is the stuff that is generally really, really hard to find. If you're looking for a specific Balenciaga tailoring piece from an older season, you're probably just not going to find it, or you're going to have to hunt and wait for a long, long time. So I'm trying to grab these things when I can, because they're absolutely worth saving. So that is the amazing Balenciaga military jacket. Take a look at the other video on screen here, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time.